Hey guys, I don't know if you caught it. My guest blew me off tonight. I'm kind of really bummed out. I see we're in a new location though, on my front porch. Figure I'd do something a little different. The night's nice and whatnot. So, so far, nobody's chatting. Where's everybody at? Where's my crew? We did receive a package today, well, yesterday, from our Canadian neighbors, Doug and Christy. We'll open that up tonight. We'll open this up tonight. I got a feeling we're going to do I was going to do a hot chip challenge and see if I could ask questions and such as I interview my guests. Hey, Christy. Kind of bumming out. No guests tonight. They blew me off. Then you could tell who it was supposed to be. Oh, I might be able to. I don't know. I do have a beer. But, yeah, we'll open up the package. Thank you, Christy, very much for sending that. Really appreciate that. That'll give me something to talk about tonight. So hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday. It seems like a very laid-back, slow kind of night. Yeah, we'll open up the package. Thank you, Christy. Oh.
What the hell are you doing on my porch?
Oh.
Who told you could drink my beer?
Man. I think I gotta go. I think I'm.
I can't believe people just walk up onto my porch and set stuff up and.
Well, your neighbor said I could.
Your neighbor.
Your neighbor Bob. Jack. Fred. Zena.
Go home.
It's going to be a very short broadcast. I'm being kicked off this guy's porch. Why don't you sit and join us? Have a beer. Come on, sit down.
Wow. Yeah, I'll drink some of my beer.
Come on over this way.
Hey, I'm Leon.
This is Leon. Guys, I was just playing around with you. I thought there'd be more people on quicker. thought we'd have a little fun. I'm actually at Leon, or really Lee. I'm at his house tonight. So because I got a little better connection with my hotspot than he does at his place. So I figure if he wouldn't come to me, I would come to him. So can you read the comments there? Of course you can't. So all you, Doug's laughing. So all you people that were saying that Lee isn't real, I guess
not.
He's not real.
I am a figment of your imagination.
I was getting worried something was up. Well, Doug, there is something up.
Hi, Doug.
Doug and Christy sent this down. We'll open this up in a second. I'm sorry for bouncing around, guys. No, Lee was nice enough to let me crash his porch. He cooked me a nice steak and after work, and so here we are.
Here we are.
Here.
It's a beautiful day.
Oh, it's lovely down up. Yeah.
Down up. Depending on where you're at, whether we're up or down.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear both of us all right. You might have to speak up a little bit.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doug says can't go wrong with a steak and beer.
That's right.
Hey,
but your granddaughter makes great cupcakes.
Yes. So far, you've gotten cupcakes. Matt and his crew's gotten cupcakes. And
she got them all.
Yeah,
We
Matt
made
did.
the cupcakes for them.
Yeah, actually, we pulled up right down in front of your house, but you were asleep. So Matt knows where you live.
Well, now I got to
Thank you, Ellie.
Find out where he lives now.
I got his address.
But do you know where it's at?
Oh, I have a rough idea. I know where he works. So how you want to do this? You want to answer some questions, get right into the reveal?
Oh, what do you got in the box?
I don't know. I do have it cut open. It's okay. Matt and Scott have our address too. Yes, we do. Right on this package, and it'll be nice enough not to make it to where everybody can see. But so I got it opened up, so that way you guys wouldn't have to deal with us going through it and trying to cut it open. This is
because we're afraid of knives.
right. This is my one and only beer for the night since I have to drive home. Yeah, I worked all day and figured I'd come hang out with this guy.
Sucks to be you, huh?
Sucks to be me.
Because I get to drink all the beer I want to.
Yeah, right.
I want to do a shot.
That's not nice. He's talking about doing shots, knowing that I can't have none. I'll sleep on your couch. Right away, I'm seeing the wires. So I am going to assume that these are for the Connect system to make them mobile.
Cool.
Thank you, Doug. I believe this is more your doing than your wife's. But either way, thank you as well, Christy. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This will plug right in. Batteries.
So we can see the little stick people dancing around.
Yeah, we get to see stick figures. So thank you.
Like the one that was on your shoulder?
My little pirate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these were the chips that Matt and them got. Covered bridge potato chips. Sea salt. Kettle cooked. Yeah, you won't be able to see very much. Yep, battery pack to make it portable for you and the special wiring. We'll put your misspell up there, Doug.
It's blueberry spread. All right.
The no salt kettle chip. Yeah.
Are they sending you a care package?
Yeah,
I didn't realize you were on such hard times.
I am.
Well,
I got to deal with you. They sent one to Matt too, and they opened up their bag and was tasting it. And Matt's wife Kenzie said that it was no sea salt package. Now, when I seen this last night, yeah, we got so much sun on this porch, you're not gonna be able to see it.
wild blueberry spread.
Or Aurora Bella, yeah. Werewolf. We'll just say werewolf. So take
Aurora
it.
borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
Borealis.
I'm not trying to say that again. What is this?
Wow.
What is it?
Wild blueberry spread.
Wild blueberry spread. Yeah, you know,
They sent
sorry
you
about
a
the light.
bar of soap. This was their way of saying you stink.
No, they wouldn't say I stink. They would have gave me a heads up.
Werewolf. Magic from the Maritimes.
You know, since I'm fully shaved, I don't look like a werewolf anymore. Here's two of these. Paratime. Doug and Christy is from, if you don't remember.
Okay, I remember them. Yeah.
Paratime Investigations. 2 magnets. I will keep one and give one to Lee.
Oh, thank you.
The rest stuff I get. I'm snaking this off to the side because I know what this is and I get to keep it. I could have used some this morning. Maple syrup, yeah. I don't see why I keep putting it to the screen. Maple syrup.
Okay.
Oh,
Got a couple of patches here for the Canadian flag.
So syrup, 2 patches. We will split these up between me and Lee.
Photographs?
No, this is Hopewell Rocks.
Come on.
Yep, here we go again, trying to show
Chicken bones.
Hey, Teresa. We are doing well. Says hello from the UK.
We have some chicken bones candy.
We are doing all right. We're just kind of hanging out tonight. Down our way, we have lots of blueberry fields, so the jam or jelly, whatever it is made locally. Oh, that's cool.
Smarties, eh?
Slow down. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Hopewell. That's the highest tides in the world. This right here is the highest tides in the world. Oh, please don't sing.
Right.
Here's
oh, this was such
oh. I didn't see a big paper plane. Of course, one thing that everybody has been talking about on mats and such is the chicken bones candy. They say it's a unique flavor. It has like a cinnamon taste on the outside with a chocolate middle.
Okay, I think I've eaten stuff like that before.
You have not. Jesus. This guy. I tell you. Now you see why I don't have him on. All you guys are like, we want Lee. We want Lee.
Now you see why I never come on. Yeah. Wow.
Smarties, eh?
Smarties, eh?
That's what it says on there. Eh? Like Matt said, I'm paper, so don't eat the box. It says that right there. I'm paper. Yeah, I like how, really appreciate it, guys. And Matt had a covered bridge, a picture of covered bridge. You like his Gene Simmons holding the American flag?
He tried to blow it up a few minutes ago.
He did. So let's see what you guys think of them. Of these, I bet. Or the Smarties. What ones are you talking about, Doug?
So?
Why don't you introduce yourself? We haven't done that. This is Lee.
I'm Lee. Leon.
Leon is...
Yeah. We got to get Leon. Okay. Well, we got Leon.
I'm a huge Kiss fan. Raised on Kiss. He's a big Kiss fan himself. He's seen a few concerts.
A few, yeah. They always put on a good show.
Kiss?
Oh,
yeah. Well, I like to think I put on a good show too. But so, you were saying you're Lee.
Yeah, I was saying I'm Lee, and I am co-founder of WASP, Warren Area Society of Paranormal.
Can you guys hear him all right?
I don't remember how long ago we started this.
Yeah, we
were discussing this earlier.
We were sitting back. I think it's 11 years this November. I believe it was 2010. We met at Burger King. Not we. Me, Leon, and Angel with Lee. We probably should say it right.
Yeah. We're going to confuse everybody.
The Leon joke is because on Matt's and everybody's show, we were saying, we want Leon. We want Leon. So, of course, he's got...
Yeah. I kept asking, who's Leon?
So, man, more elusive than Bigfoot. Jay says November 2010 is when we started.
Okay, November 2010.
Still say they'd make a great shirt. Laugh out loud. Eh? You said it. You said it, eh? We'll try not to. That's what it was. The packaging. We'll try not to do that too much for tonight. What shirt would that be, Matt? They said that will make a great shirt.
Ooh. What makes a great shirt?
Fruit of the Looms?
Tagless.
Tagless even.
No, that's Hanes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I've been trying to open this for a minute or two now. I will pack it up. I'll hand it off to the tech guy.
I am not the tech guy. Wow.
So
that was complicated.
That's why you're the tech guy.
Who ties your shoes for you in the morning?
I don't have shoelaces. I got sandals on. Huh? We Want Lee is the shirt he's talking about. That'd make a great shirt.
Okay.
So
I'm not making it.
Tell them about all the hats you made for me.
My God.
Elaborate. Oh my God.
I think I lost count.
Now I can't get this part open.
What'd you do? Destroy like 5 of them?
Hey, you got it open. Was it 5? No. So
if it wasn't, it seemed like it.
So he would make, not fedoras. I couldn't get him to make me a fedora to save my life. No. He baseball caps. He would hand stencil WASP across for the group name, and for a while there, I lost a couple hats to a couple. And finally, I went back to one too many times, and he said, "I'm not making you no more." So now I'm stuck with fedoras.
Oh, don't blame that on me.
It's got an interesting smell.
I'm telling you, I've had these before.
You did not have chicken bone candy. Where the hell would you have gotten chicken bone candy? You're not a well-traveled person.
You don't know me. You don't know where I've been.
Sounds like a good item for the mystery box, son. Laugh out loud. By the way, Lee should come on his show, Matt's show. He could stencil WASP out of your fedora. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Right across.
No. You just lose it.
No, I don't lose my fedoras. Thank you.
You would as soon as it said WASP on it.
Those are awesome. Hats that says fedoras that say WASP on it. Yes, I agree. Lead WASP. I'll have one.
No, thank you.
They want to watch us eat one.
Good drink from beer. I don't think it would mix well.
I am too. They do taste like the Fireball candy.
Until you get to the center.
Well, my mouth is full, so stop.
Your mouth is full.
Yeah.
I still can't read this stuff.
Well, you don't need to read to talk.
No. I need something to talk about.
Tell them about our first case.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was some time ago.
You got to speak up, though. And, Jay, I got one fedora for the summer and one for the winter.
Why?
I know, you can't read. Our tech guy, he can't read.
Well, about Guernsey Hollow. Well, we didn't actually get evidence.
I was about to say.
Yeah. I would have
our
to
best
say,
evidence got destroyed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to me, right?
Yeah. We did have video footage. I was standing in a bedroom, and Scott was standing on the other side of the door in the hallway. And for no reason at all, the bedroom door went closed on us. Nobody was watching this on camera, so nobody saw it happen. I'm locked in the bedroom, and Scott lost the evidence.
Then
there was,
in my defense, I was reviewing the evidence, and a storm came and wiped the hard drive.
I'm kind of curious who closed the door. Then there was the case with the woman with the scratches on her back.
Mm-hmm.
There was myself and two other members, Angel and what's her name? Betsy.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to the woman. We were sitting in her living room. She was on the couch, and Angel and Betsy were upstairs doing base readings of the building. And she just all of a sudden said she felt like her back was on fire. About that time, Angel and Betsy were coming back down the stairs, and they pulled the back of her shirt up, and we stood there and watched the scratches forming on her back. We did get photographs of this. Are they still on our site?
Yeah, they're like some of the first pictures on the page. Jason and Angel had a couple pictures from a pool or something before they were part of the group that's up. And then just after those, we put those up. Now, Jay said, how many times has Lee wanted to smack Scott with a steel chair?
Oh, boy.
WWE style. These chicken bones are great, man.
We're talking about the night at the Cornerstone, aren't we?
These are great. I can't believe you didn't have them. You want to try some of these Smarties? He's more worried about his beer.
I'm not in the candy mood right now. But, yeah, I think.
But I do, before we get into that.
Referring to the Cornerstone.
Before we get to that, maybe you'll be so kind to thinking with me. Doug and Christy, really thank you.
Thank you.
For sending this down. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the setup for the
connects. Yeah.
That's gonna help.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's gonna help us out quite a bit, so you can be more mobile.
Yeah, I've seen other teams use the Connect system, and it's a very interesting system.
That they are. So, what were we doing at the Cornerstone that night? A meeting?
I don't know if it was actually a meeting or just a get together.
Boy, that puts a whole new flavor when you get to the chocolate center. Oh boy, I don't know if I like that combo. And this would probably be in reference, WTF, Scott, to me losing the evidence.
Yeah.
Due to a storm. Might just have to look at that.
Yeah.
One challenge part 2.
Yeah. Had a storm roll through.
Haunted ghost pepper chip.
And he failed to unplug the system, the equipment. He had a power outage, and the power came back on, had a power surge, and fried everything. There goes our evidence.
Yeah, that was good stuff, too. The chair.
The chair.
We were hanging out at a local bar called Cornerstone. And I said, he needs to make me another hat. And he decided to assault me with a chair.
Is that what started it?
No, I don't know.
I don't remember. I recall we were chasing each other around with steel chairs.
No.
Yeah, that's the way I remember.
You were chasing me around. I was running for my life. Drunk and running. Now, they have security cameras downstairs.
Yeah, they were watching us.
We weren't aware that they were down at the bar watching him chase me around the bar upstairs. Yeah. Yeah. They
didn't seem to be awful concerned about it. So
No, when we went downstairs to pay, because you had to pay downstairs, they were getting quite the kick out of it. I guess that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Lori. Glad you can make it. Try the Smarties and the unsalted chips. I bet you they probably kept that video footage. Try the Smarties and the chips, they say. Together? Probably not together. They're limited edition. He can't have them. They got too many calories.
Yeah.
He's watching his girlish figure.
Yeah.
What color you want? There's red and white.
Isn't that kind of racist?
So, yeah, I'm sure that was fun to watch. So, what's your favorite place that we investigated? You started talking about Guernsey. Why don't you tell them about Guernsey?
I really wish we could have got evidence of this. And this was during the daytime. What was it, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
We arrived at Guernsey Hollow, which is a cemetery in New York State. And I believe we were in 2 vehicles at that time.
These are better than our Smarties.
Were we in 2 cars that day? Or just one?
I'm too busy talking about the candy. He wants to talk. We're in 2 cars.
Okay. Well, we pulled up to the front gates of the cemetery, and I looked up at the top of the cemetery, and I just made a remark to the people in the car. All right, everybody, behave yourselves. We have company up here. And everybody that was in the car saw them, an older couple walking hand in hand through the cemetery wearing their Sunday best.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of you that don't know what Guernsey Hollow looks like, I don't believe the fence is there now, but there used to be a wrought iron fence going the whole way around this with the little spikes on the top of the fence. And beyond the fence was nothing but forest. Everybody saw this couple walking. And by the time we got to the top of the cemetery, these people were gone.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's not possible that they climbed over the spiked wrought iron fence and wandered off into the woods in their Sunday best, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to. Chips?
Unsalted?
Well, Matt's wife last night said they were unsalted salted chips. Sea salt. Lori, I don't think we have a particular topic to talk about tonight. Just kind of, so feel free to ask questions. I mean, the more questions we get, the more we'll know what to talk about. We opened up a box that was sent to us by, maybe you can see it now, Paratime Investigations. Sent us a box with candies and sweets and a couple fried stuff for the Canadian side because they're a Canadian team, and some power sources for some of our equipment. So they were very nice to hook us up with all that stuff. Are they salted?
No.
No. Lee says they're not salted, so. And
unsalted sea salt.
Feel free to ask questions, and we'll do what we can to answer them. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting day. It was in the middle of July. I've talked about it before on here. It was the middle of July, probably even to this day, for all we know, this date in July.
Could have been.
It was nice, like you said, sunny day, full body people. So we thought we were walking up on just normal people, and they were just gone.
Just vanished into thin air. There have been other events up there as well. Maybe you'd like to fill them in on some of that.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's not a lot of salt in that.
I know we have one photograph of a member that is no longer with us. Passed away a few years ago. But we have a photograph of her with what looks to be a very, very large orb directly over her head.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that sees that picture says, well, that's the moon. No, it was not the moon. Directly behind her was the hill leading up to the cemetery. And the moon was in a different position in the sky. But that's what it looks like in the photograph. It looks like the moon.
It sure enough does.
And nobody saw this when the picture was being taken.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
And, yeah, I don't really recall specifically the incident inside the car. You might be able to fill them in better on that. I don't remember the details of that.
Once again, we were there. I think that night we were there with 3 cars.
I'm good.
I was gonna taste the jam, and so we were there with a couple cars, right? And
yeah,
the one car that I was in, you were with me, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
See, now you guys got to remember, this has been a lot of years.
Yeah, it has.
So memories don't always match up. But my memory is, as we were sitting there, the dashboard lights were blinking on and off. Or was that what was seen in the car behind us? That's right. We were sitting there.
Yeah, I think we were seeing the other car, the lights going haywire in the other car.
Right. And so we radioed because we had 2 ways, and they said they didn't see nothing, right?
I believe, yeah. We're sitting there watching it, and they're like, no, there's no problem with the lights in the car. And like, okay. It looks like a discotheque in there.
Right.
And you thought you heard things in the woods around the cemetery.
Ooh, this is good. The blueberry spread? Yeah. That's good.
Wild blueberry.
Yeah, so basically Guernsey Hollow is a very active spot. From hearing things in the woods to, well, I'm going to go ahead and say full body apparitions to vehicles being affected. So yeah, Matt, I mean, when you come up, we'll definitely take you there when you have a little more time. I took him up to Morrison Run.
Morrison, yeah.
I tried to tell the story of what you said happened at Morrison Run. Why don't you go ahead and fill them in on that?
This was. Yeah,
well,
I don't remember how many years ago this was.
Well, I keep snacking on stuff, and
this was a few years before WASP. Even me and a friend of mine had gone up there for a weekend camping trip. First night up there, everything seemed pretty normal. We're sitting around the campfire drinking a few beers.
Beer?
Yeah. Somebody twisted my arm. But it was getting on like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
You sure you didn't want to taste this?
Yeah, I'm good.
So for one like, I will pour this over his head. Okay, go ahead. So you were sitting up there.
I'm not saying anything now.
Sorry, guys. I ruined a good story. My fault. If you guys are getting...
I try to cooperate. This is what I get. Hey, y'all wonder why I don't do this show.
If y'all are getting any value out of this, click the laugh, like, or show us some interaction so we know that
It was getting pretty late.
So we know that all is going good. Well, I didn't finish what I was saying. I wasn't done talking. You talked over me.
Neither was I. And you wanted to dump syrup on my head.
Only if they gave me a like. They had to give me a like. They didn't give me a like, so you're safe. It's capped up. You're good now. Go ahead. I'm done.
Sure you are. Until I start talking.
Well, you just tell. They're waiting for you to finish your story.
Well, you'd quit interrupting me. As I was saying, it was getting pretty late, so we decided we were going to go to our tents.
It was late. Paranormal Collective. So they went to their tents.
I'm not doing this.
They went to their tents, and it was late at night. They were drinking, and a woman said, your first name? Or was it your middle name? No, all seriousness. Was it your first or last? Well, I know it wasn't your last name.
Yeah, that was my middle name. Some people call me Al. She stood right outside of the tent. I was inside. I had the dome light on. It's dark out. You could see me inside the tent moving around as I was rolling out in my sleeping bag. And I heard a woman's voice, clear as day, right directly outside of my tent, said, "I can see you in there, Al." I thought one of our friends had showed up and brought somebody with them. I was kind of cussing under my breath a little bit. It's like, yeah, you couldn't have showed up 10 minutes ago. And I stepped my tent and come crawling out of the tent, and there was nobody to be seen anywhere. I wandered around for about a half an hour looking for somebody, and there was nobody there. But I heard the woman's voice clear as a bell.
Which prompted us to do the investigation later on.
Somebody recently told me they thought it might have been a Wendigo because it used my name.
A Wendigo?
A Wendigo. It's like, yeah.
I never heard of such creatures around our area.
Nah.
I've heard of Bigfoots. I've heard of...
They said that because this thing called me by name, that they think it was a Wendigo.
The Wendigo.
Yeah.
The Wendigo called your name. That's me trying to be funny. It tanked. It was bad. Don't give me that. I'm a pretty witty guy, as usual.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them some of your jokes.
Well, now that you put me on the spot, This is one I like to tell a lot of people. Where do pencils go on vacation? Pennsylvania.
Hey, I have to put up with this on a daily basis.
Jason wants to know if you'd like a steel chair now.
Oh boy, do I.
I kept all the steel chairs off to the side. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
She knew it.
Who knew what?
Your niece. I love you, Uncle Albert. Yeah, she got a hold of him earlier today and was asking if it was going to be him. He said no.
Hell, that ain't happening.
See, guys, I would put up his information, but he has no.
I don't have any.
Nope.
I'm keeping it that way.
It took a lot to get him on
people have it. It's easy enough to find me as it is. Just ask the city cops.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. So, why don't we talk about a time or two? I keep bouncing the table.
Yeah.
So, guys, any other questions you'd like to ask? Well, we talk about
pop music. Talk about it. Okay.
Please don't sing. So, why don't we? What do you see in the future for WASP? I think I broke them. Okay. What's your least favorite piece of equipment?
The ghost box.
The ghost box.
The ghost box.
What's wrong with the ghost box?
I do not like the ghost box. I equate that to spinning a record backwards. It's like all I hear is noise. It's like, oh, did you hear that? Did you? Oh, I'm like, I'm hearing noise, little bits and pieces of words that make no sense.
He is our skeptic. That's for sure.
I suppose if you wanted to hear something on that,
Heather says it drives you crazy.
Yes, it does.
Are you doing these tonight?
Oh, eventually, yeah. We might as well do these live. Well,
I mean,
I think it's kind of fitting. I mean, haunted ghost pepper. Kind of fitting.
If you stay tuned, Lee, I hope to be creating something to fix the noise on one. Doug.
Oh, that would be great. Eliminate all that static.
Ever used dowsing rods? Not me personally. I think I tried once or twice. I believe Lee's tried once or twice with kind of like half-heart. Our co-founder Angel uses them.
Yeah,
she's good with that kind of stuff. She's more into the stones and the rods and all that stuff. Where I don't know if Lee is like me or not. I believe he is. Where we're kind of like more into the electronics and things like that. We're
scientific aspects.
Yeah, we're like rocks. I like to say I'm like a rock where I don't have no sensing of energy and things like that. Do you feel the same?
Yeah. But that's not to say there haven't been times when I've been a little creeped out in certain situations. But
yeah, Heather, you're right. Angel does, and you're right, Jay. Ursula did use them as well.
Flies.
He's sensing energy too. He's like,
yeah, I'm sensing flies. I don't recall ever seeing.
It's all right, Lori. Any question's good. I mean,
I don't recall seeing Ursula use them.
It keeps us kind of on track here instead of just rambling about nothing.
Which is pretty much what we've been doing.
No, we've been answering questions. I've been doing my job. My job as a host is to annoy him enough to where he beats me with a chair, and you guys get to watch it live.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Who? Oh, yeah. You're going to stare off into nothing. I should have brought my computer mouse. He says he's getting his kiddos to bed. It's good to see you. Glad you like the package. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
And yeah, we really did like the package. Now the whole thing is I get to keep all the sweet and candies, and he doesn't get to keep nothing. Maybe I'll let him have the soap.
Yeah, see how he is.
Maybe I'll let him have the soap, and smoke.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate it, and really, the equipment's gonna help out quite a bit too. So, I hope that your daughter, I believe it was his daughter. I hope it was your daughter because we're about to say happy birthday to your daughter. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope it was a good one. 6 years old, I believe.
6 years old?
I think.
All right.
So happy birthday, and you have a wonderful night, guys. What caused you to pursue paranormal investigating? Hold on. We'll get back to that, Jay. How did you talk him coming on? I knew where the idea was created, but what motivated you to? Do you still have the same people in WASP that I used to know? Yeah, her birthday was today. Lots of goods and sugar. I'm spent. Laugh out loud. See you later. Okay, we'll go through all these questions. What caused us into getting into paranormal investigation? Besides the joking part of it,
It's your fault.
it is my fault that
Yeah,
it is. But besides the waha, which I've explained a few times on here, outside of that, I was living in a house that was very active. One place I would really love to get back into to investigate, we were never able to investigate. So that kind of bums me out. So that's kind of not only where we kind of bash and ghost hunters. Sorry, Jason and Grant. But
awesome.
but I was living in a very haunted location at the time. How about you?
Well, I've had experiences in the past. I lived in a place where there was a lot of strange things going on. More recently, well, I believe I was with a group at the time. As a matter of fact, I think I sent you a text from work when I was working at the county courthouse several years ago.
I remember that text.
Yeah. I'm down on the first floor of the county courthouse working. This was 11:30, midnight. There's nobody else in the building. The floor above me, I could hear doors slamming and people running down the hallway directly above my head. I could hear the footsteps running down the hallway. I'm thinking, okay, this time of night, there isn't anybody here. I went upstairs to check. I walked in. The lights are all out. The doors are all locked. There's nobody around. I was talking to the IT guy the day after that happened, and he was telling me that if anybody is unfamiliar with the history of our courthouse, back in the 1950s, there was a judge there who got murdered in the courtroom. A man walked in with a gun and shot him. And what I was told by the IT guy was that they had taken the judge out of the courtroom and down the hallway and laid him out on his desk in his office, and that's where he died, on the desk.
And
he said that desk is still upstairs in that office, and that's right where I heard the sounds originating, like they were running out of the office and down the hall.
It's like they're reliving that night over and over.
Yeah, it's kind of like the loop, the residual.
Right. So that kind of got you more interested in it, huh?
Yeah. And I was down in the basement of the courthouse one night, and I had my supply closet door open, and I was taking my stuff out, and the door slammed shut. I just looked around. I said, open the door back up. I said, don't do that again. And it didn't happen after that.
Yeah, a lot of times spirits will listen. A lot of times they don't do it to be mean or mischievous. They're just trying to interact. So
I'd really like to get into that courthouse and check it out.
Yeah,
that's never going to happen. So.
Not likely. Heather asked how I talked you into coming on. I did not talk you into coming on.
No. I'd asked him about tonight's program a few days ago. And he told me that he didn't have a guest lined up, so
he took pity on me.
Yeah, I bit the bullet and volunteered.
Believe it or not. And Lori says, do you still have the same people that I used to know in WASP? The majority of us are still part of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly who you knew. but I would say at least 80% are still.
Yeah, the core group is here. Yeah.
Some moved away and kind of had other things they had going on. And who knows what happens when things get more active. We might.
Others branched off and started their own groups. And, of course, we had one passed away.
For those that most of you should know, but Ursula passed away a few Octobers ago now. Still kind of tough to say and think about. But for the most part, everybody, the core members are still the original. How many was the original?
Angel, Ursula, Betsy,
Dale and Missy.
Yeah.
So Ursula passed. Betsy moved on. And that's it out of the founding members.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty much everybody else is still here. So,
what motivated us to? I think we kind of answer that, Jay. If not, let me know. Holes were still in the courtroom, if he recalls.
Yes, they did go in, from what I was told, and fill it in with wood putty. But yeah, they're still there if you know where to look.
Right, if you have an idea. Yeah, Lori, it's a shame that she did, but she would definitely want us to continue on with the group.
Definitely.
She, the great thing about this group is once you're part of our group, you become like a family. I mean, we haven't in a while, but we've had cookouts and gatherings, and we've done stuff with each other.
Chase each other around in the bar with steel chairs.
Birthday parties and things like that. That's what was going on that night, wasn't it?
That could be.
Or anniversary, Jay and Angel.
Something.
So, one thing that we need to get back into is once a year we were doing picnics with not only team members but with their families, so that way they knew who we are, and they, the family got to know us as well as we knew the family, which was really good. So, what's your most favorite piece of equipment?
I don't think I actually have a favorite.
I was about to say I don't think I've ever seen you excited about any particular piece.
Not really. I am kind of interested to check out the Connects, though.
Angel's graduation from Career Institute. That's right. That's what was going on. She graduated. I just remembered there was cake there for some reason. So, once again, congratulations, Angel from many years ago. Probably her way of saying hello. And how can one become a member like Lori? Typically, what we've done in the past is you approach somebody in the group and express your interest, and then we kind of talk it amongst ourselves, and then we set up like an interview or whatever, and then we let you know from that point on.
$50 a month due.
Yeah, right. $50, pizza once a week, chicken bone candy. But unfortunately, with all the events that's been happening the last couple of years, we've slowed down quite a bit.
You're not talking about COVID, are you?
The
COVID
pandemic that's not to be named.
Shall not be named.
So we've been kind of on hold. We've been doing little things like I do graveyards, Morrison run, little things like that, but we haven't done anything serious in a while because just people don't like you going in their homes when they feel that they could be sick. So, but that's how you generally would become a member, is just by talking to one of us, and we try to set up a meeting and interview for those in the group that wants to be there, and then we go from there. Let's see.
Get off my street.
You must survive a basement scare attack. Yeah, right. We'll talk about that in a second. And yeah, Lori, I mean, definitely we'll, as things pick up, we'll get a hold of you and go from there, and just ask once in a while if we don't get right a hold of you, because sometimes we get caught up. Let's go back a little bit. So, without giving location details, you know what he's talking about, don't you? That big brick building. that was a good one.
I wish we'd have got that on camera.
Me too. You want to explain?
I don't know. Is Joel watching?
I don't know. He might be. We got him good.
We were doing an investigation at a local establishment that has been rumored to be haunted for many, many years.
Big commercial place.
Yeah, the thing is that the rest of the group was under the impression that I wasn't going to make the investigation that night. Scott knew otherwise.
Right.
I snuck into the building while nobody else but Scott was aware of it. I went into the basement.
This big basement.
It's a big building with a very large basement. It had several different rooms in the basement area. And one in particular was very dark.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff in that room. And I found like the darkest corner that I could find in that room, and it hid behind a bunch of boxes and stuff.
So I'm up on the first floor above the basement, of course, how that generally goes. And I'm talking to the group and kind of building up the suspense a little bit. And well, I know he's downstairs, and they, like he said, they didn't have a clue. And so I think I said something along the lines of to our friend Joel, hey, I think I hear something down there.
Actually, I think the first ones that came in were Heather and then Ursula. Ursula was very persistent, though. And all I was doing at that point was picking up rocks and throwing them and making little noises.
Oh, yeah. Heather came upstairs and says, oh, I think, I hear something downstairs. I hear something down. In her defense, she was by herself, so she did the right thing by coming upstairs. Though she was quite nervous herself. And so Ursula went down with her. And like you said,
yeah, all I was doing at that point was throwing rocks around, making noise. Joel. I got Joel good.
Well, they came back upstairs, Heather and Ursula. Ursula's all excited, saying, grab equipment. And I knew what was going on, so I wasn't too stressed about equipment, because I wish we would have got the camera. But anyways, so I looked at Joel, and I'm like, let's go downstairs. Let's go. We can't send girls down. And so we both went downstairs. We get to the opening of this room. He's in the way back, and it's a good distance.
And it was dark.
Real dark.
I mean, it was dark enough that when the first people came in, they were shining flashlights around and couldn't see me. And like I said, I was also hiding behind boxes and such, too. But yeah, Joel walks into the room, and in my best Amityville horror voice, I'm like, get out!
And I'm doing everything I can not to bust up laughing, because I know it's him.
And he's running backwards, stumbling.
Well, No, I give him a little credit too. It took him a couple get outs and such.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like immediate run, but he backed out of the room pretty quick after a couple of the get outs.
He told you don't go in there.
Yeah. And then I think you had enough. You couldn't hold it any longer and started busting up laughing. So that's a basement test that Jay is talking about. We do have fun in the group. We do. And it's quite entertaining a lot of times. You want to tell them about how upset you were with the laser grid and the cat?
Yeah. I don't like cats. This was the first time we tried using the laser grid, wasn't it? Well,
no, not the first time.
This was the first time that we actually had what we thought we had activity off of the laser grid.
But we did before.
Yeah, we did.
Because at the start of the night during the setup for this place, and what the laser grid he's talking about is one of those little plug-in things that people use for either Halloween decorations or home room.
It came from
Spencer's,
yeah.
So it plugs into the wall to get a power source. And you hadn't used it for quite some time before.
Actually, I think what you're going to refer to was at the end of the case when everything was unplugged and we were packing up for the night.
No, it was the setup. It was a setup. We were taking stuff out, getting things together. All the lights were on. Because that hadn't been plugged in for some time, because I remember remarking about that.
Maybe. Yeah, we took it out of the box and it was sitting on the floor. It wasn't plugged in. All of a sudden, we started getting light from it. It started shooting out laser beams. It's like, okay. We only did it a couple of times. But, all right, where's the power source coming from to do that?
Right, and that's where I was saying that if it had been plugged in recently, there might be a little energy left in it, I guess. But even that's a little far-fetched, but it would still be a possibility. So everything's set up, and later on the night progresses, and
I'm watching the monitors, and in the room that we had the laser grid set up, I'm seeing something breaking the laser. I'm like, hey, we got activity in this room. Something is moving in front of the laser grid.
Right.
And we couldn't see it on the monitor.
Yeah.
What was actually going on.
Yeah, we just had a little computer monitor.
And I don't know, you went in to check it out. Didn't find anything.
Right.
But he started reviewing the evidence the next morning and found out what was going on.
Yeah, when I went into the room, I could see in front of the laser, everything looked good.
We had the laser sitting on a chair, like a kitchen chair. Well, as it turned out, there was a cat walked in and walked right up to that kitchen chair and stuck his head up right by the laser, checking out the laser. You couldn't see it on the monitor screen, but there was the cat.
I think it was a dark colored fur.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the full face or anything. You just got the ears and such.
I was pretty excited. Like, that's the first time we've got any activity off of this laser grid. It's like, so that's what it looks like when there's something in there.
Right.
And it turned out that it was just the client's cat checking out the laser.
So debunked.
Very disappointing.
We thought our top-notch catch was just a cat.
Yeah.
And you're right, Jay. It's okay to get emotions and kind of get that moment of fear and kind of start.
I'll be right back.
All right. Kind of get that moment of fear and be like, oh, I need to take off. But bottom line is you just kind of put that to the side the best of your ability, and you just don't leave people behind, because even if it's not paranormal, you never know. Maybe the person that you're with might freak out too because you're freaking out and start running and trip and hurt, and before you know it, everybody's getting in trouble. So, yeah, it's good not to leave people behind if you can help it. But fear and such is human nature. I mean, if you're scared, you're scared. You can't not be scared. It happens. But you just do your best to realize that most things that is going on could be quickly explained. And if not, then you go a little bit further. I'm back, laugh out loud. Work got in the way. You're working, Matt, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. Lee got mad enough to leave me. I don't know if you paid attention to that. He got mad. He's like, I'm out, gone. So here I am, sitting alone once again. Just me, myself, and I. Cannot be scared, Dr. Fedora. Don't make me change my name to Doctor now. I earned a doctorate while you're gone, Matt. So any other questions you want to ask me or Lee? I was just kidding, by the way, Matt. I'm assuming that he stepped off to use the chambers for a minute. And so any questions, we'll be happy to answer. He likes it. Here he comes back, 11 midnight, and 6 a.m. departure for vacation. Think it's time to try these chips?
Yeah.
You want to open them or you want me to?
I'm going to grab a shot glass.
I can't drink. Well, I'm not going to drink. I can drink, but I'm driving, so I'm doing the responsible thing. Tonight, I'm not able to drink any peanut butter whiskey. What are you having a shot of?
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. I'll have a shot of Canadian maple.
What is this? 100 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yep. All the more reason for me not to have a shot because I will be driving. This is one I picked up for you, right?
Yeah. Down at Gettysburg.
I got this shotgun. Yeah, shotgun. I got this shot glass. We the people at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Shotgun.
I'm sure they got a few there too. But all kinds of stuff over here. Matt says he'll take a shot with
All
you.
right.
Well, if I hadn't had a beer already, I would take a shot. But
oh, I think you're safe.
Yeah,
I think you are.
better be safe than sorry. Is that kind of what you're saying? But
I think you're safe. I think you can do a shot. Get away with it.
Don't tempt things. Don't risk.
Use one of those little Jack Daniels shot glasses.
You hear him?
One of those little thimbles over there.
Yeah, I'll take one of the small thimbles. It's not even a full shot.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, wreck it all. And he hasn't even had a shot yet.
Where are they at?
Yeah.
Even half of one of those would be all right.
Very disappointing. Isn't that
It's
cute?
a Jack Daniels shot. Very small.
Compared to an actual shot glass.
Now you see why I say, yeah, I could probably take half of that.
Don't buy shot glasses off of Wish.
Why, William? Hello, how you doing? He's from Texas.
What part of Texas?
What part of Texas? I've been through Texas.
I love Texas.
I used to be on the road truck driver.
I used to have family in Texas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They lived down around the Fort Hood area, Killeen, Copperas Cove.
Lee might be sorry for accepting the guest invitation. Yeah, you might be. Not good for me. Or you. I don't know.
What invitation?
Being on the show. Allie says that's not a shot.
No, that's not a shot.
And that's kind of my point.
This is a shot. Actually, my hand grenade backer. Yeah.
Now that is a shot. And William says San Antonio.
San Antonio.
You know, every time I was in Texas, driving the truck, I ended up in Texarkana, and I would blast the Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
I would blast the Jerry Reed song. Just I couldn't help myself.
Down.
Put up in trucking. So, all right, what should we take a shot to? What's our?
Well, you take a shot to the head.
That wasn't gruesome. If I die tonight,
see, yours isn't loaded. So,
you are live.
Yeah. It was justifiable homicide. I got enough witnesses.
If they go back and watch the video, I did test it a little bit earlier. So, Texas, it'd be wow, it's already going 9 o'clock.
San Antonio.
That would be what, about 6 o'clock your time? It's like a law. You gotta blast Jerry next. And ZZ Top. Yes, sir. I fully agree with that. Drink to good times. How about
a lot of nice girls?
A lot of nice girls. All my exes live in Texas.
Hey, did you watch that video I sent you?
Maybe, but that's for a different show. To good times, and to you guys being nice enough to hang out with us for a little bit tonight. If you have a shot, take it. If you have a soda, take a drink with us.
God bless
whatever
Texas.
You have. God bless Texas. Shut up. I think your whiskey went sour.
It's gone bad.
Ooh.
A little reference from the movie Detroit Rock City.
Heather says she has Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that stuff will kill you.
Salud. Going on 8. Oh, I guess I was wrong. I thought you guys were further back. So, back to the show. You want to open up the chips?
All right.
We've been live for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you saw this. How many months ago was that? We did the one chip challenge.
Jay says he loves Detroit Rock City.
And then he'll understand that reference. It's gotten bad. And he's spitting out a whole glass full of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels is a little stiff. So yeah, it's been last summer.
Yeah, it's been about a year. We did the Paquet one chip challenge. That was the Carolina chip. Reaper. Was it $7 for one chip?
We were lucky, $7-8. People pay $20 some online for one of those. That's when I seen it local. I was like, "Yep,
Now I got this bag for $1.29. I figure this has got to be a step down from the Carolina Reaper. Okay,
We hope.
haunted ghost pepper.
With that one chip challenge,
Oh,
I drank a half-gallon of milk and ate a half-gallon of vanilla ice cream in under 2 minutes, I bet.
I'll tell anyone who hasn't done this, which is probably most everybody out there right now. The best way I could describe that was if you took a lump of burning charcoal out of your grill and popped it into your mouth, in both flavor, texture, and heat.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's awful.
It wasn't pleasant. So we'd love to watch you do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, guys.
Still feeling that shot?
Burping up some of the beer.
Sure.
I'm hoping the mic doesn't pick that up. So yeah, it was quite awful experience. Everybody else had fun watching us do that. So
I did it once. I will never do that again.
I don't think I will either. So comment below on anything that you guys ate that was hot. What's the hottest thing you ate? And if you're live,
oh, that's right. I can't talk like that. I can't.
No. If you'll do me a favor,
Never mind.
If you'll do me a favor, if you're watching now and you're watching live, which you are at the moment, type live team or something.
Oh, they don't smell that bad.
Just type in live. No, it's live. It's a lot better than what the other one was.
Nothing like
And if you're watching this on replay, then type in replay gang. We're gonna try this. The ghost chip.
Ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper. I don't drop it on the ground.
Haunted ghost pepper.
Cheers. I think we did this backwards. Shouldn't we take a shot after we tried these? No, I'm not doing another shot. Your whiskey went bad.
That's good bourbon.
Better texture. Ooh. Ooh. It has some heat. It has some heat.
A lot better than the last ones.
Oh, yeah. I fully agree with you there. But they got some heat.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to sit here and eat the whole bag.
No.
Not at one shot, anyway. But yeah, overall, I'd say the flavor was much better than the Carolina Reaper. Nowhere near as hot.
You say you had raw ghost chili pepper. That kind of stays in your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've used ghost peppers in my chili.
Wings called Blazing Saddles in San Diego. And I don't know, it says, oh, I see. You put live in because I asked people to do that. I'm like, I don't know what the live's about. He doesn't know this yet, but I bought a Carolina Reaper plant that I'm hoping to get peppers from this year. I want everybody to comment if you want him to eat a raw one of those. Do you eat a raw Carolina Reaper?
No.
How many likes would it take? I'm not even saying the number, huh? So, any more questions about?
I had the chip. That was enough.
No doubt. Habanero beef stick.
Habanero I can do.
Ellie's saying, hell yeah. So, boy, my nose is a little.
Huh?
So, is there any questions about the paranormal that you want?
Or yeah, we are kind of getting off track here, aren't we?
Way off track.
Although the chips are haunted,
they are ghost peppers, and the only thing that would have been better tonight would have been Jim Beam's ghost, or Jacob's ghost.
Yeah,
but is it Jim Beam or Jack?
It's made by Jim Beam. Yeah.
Excuse me. Jim Beam had a heck of a drink called Jacob's Ghost. That was some good stuff.
Yeah, it was a white whiskey.
He likes the devil cut.
Yeah.
I like the smoother stuff. So now
we're growing buds here.
Probably. We are outside. Probably hard to tell now that it's getting darker.
Yeah, I noticed the picture is getting a little grainier here.
Right.
Shall I turn on the porch light?
It probably would help.
Well, just for that, I'm not going to. Hey, I'm going to be uncooperative.
Some guess. We just can't.
Joaquin Phoenix on the David Letterman show.
It's very hard to do a show when you have somebody sitting right next to you.
No.
I told him I was going to have to take ibuprofen after this because of carrying him. My back's going to be killing me.
Maybe.
Now, are you haunted, Lee?
No, I'm past it now. Didn't last long. I'll turn on the light.
It lasted for a minute, but nothing like that reaper. Oh my god. During full moon phase,
that reaper hung around for a while.
Have you experienced? Okay, let me start that again, William. I've noticed an increase in activity during a full moon phase. Have you guys experienced that where you live? I don't know. Have we ever truly investigated on a full moon?
I don't know. If we had, I don't think we'd ever really made note of it.
Right, and nothing that's peaked. They do say that brings a lot of energy. A lot of people up here, when I say up here in Pennsylvania that I speak with, believe that it does bring energy and such. Now, on an interesting note, not so much as far as moon and things like that, there was a very interesting thing that happened to me and Lee quite a bit for, I'd say, almost a year. It was quite some time. Where every time just before we go on investigation, even sometimes up to an hour before, we were hearing a song by
the Rolling Stone.
The Rolling Stone called "Sympathy for the Devil," and it was like a year. Like almost every time we'd go do anything, you're kind of out of frame.
Awful coincidence,
right? I don't think like it was a secret meaning or something, but it was just very weird that for like a long time we were getting this song like just before. It was,
well, they say there are no such thing as coincidences. Take that for what it's worth. But
Matt knows a lot about it. Heather said she was just checking about us being haunted.
About who's or what?
Matt's saying that he's done a lot of research on the moon phases and such, and Heather is just glad that we're not haunted, but we're not a paranormal set of guys. Sorry, I tried again to be funny. Boom.
Yeah.
By the way, for those that don't know or might not know, Matt Barron, he has his own show. every Friday night, similar to this. His channel is Paranormal Consultant, or you could, I don't know if you'd find him so quick with just his name. If you look in the comments of this video, you'll see him. It'll be Paranormal Consultant. Just click on him. Friday nights, 9 o'clock, 9:30. And so if you're enjoying this, you'll definitely enjoy his show. A lot of times I'm in his chat section having fun. Lee does the same. So,
hey, where's my extravaganza?
Your what?
Is Matt still on here?
He's on here talking.
Where's my extravaganza? He said he was going to hook me up with an extravaganza.
What the hell is an extravaganza?
Yeah. It's a Domino's pizza. Yeah.
You hear it, Matt. Next time you come up.
He wanted to trade for cupcakes.
What's the... He got his cupcakes, though. What's the craziest EVP that we've gotten? Huh.
EVP.
Sorry, guys. He's new to this whole thing.
Yeah.
The electronic voice
phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Trying to think of one in particular that really stand out.
I can't say there's any that's really jumped out at me. Now, for me personally, we were in it's not really, well, yeah, I guess it'd be an EVP with a spirit box. Would that be an EVP? Kind of borderline. We were in an empty storefront, me and Joel, just playing around with the spirit box. And I said something along the lines, and the video is on our Facebook page. If you dig a little bit, it's been a few years, where I say something along the lines of, hey, why don't you come out here and get your picture taken, or hey, get on video, or something along those lines. And over the spirit box it says F you, and I don't mean like I'm initialing it just for YouTube or whatever. It literally said the letters F you, like it censored itself. That's probably about the craziest thing I've gotten. Yeah, I thought that's funny that it would censor itself, but
kind of like the night we were driving past a Russell Cemetery.
That would be the craziest voice out of body experience. Now, see, I hate you.
You knew I had to bring that up.
I didn't even think about it. Thanks, William, for reminding him to bring that up. Okay, story time. We just left Guernsey Hollow. We were driving home. I had Lee, me, and Ursula was in the back. I was driving. We drive past the cemetery in Russell, Pennsylvania. And go ahead, tell them how I was acting.
So we're riding down the road. Ursula was in the back seat. And here's Scott driving. And he just kept looking over at me, like
trying to keep an eye on the road.
I just finally looked over at him and said, "What?
Did you say something?"
No.
You didn't just say something?
No.
At that point, I knew I shouldn't say any further and just leave it at that. But I couldn't just leave it at that. I said, I just heard somebody say,
"Boo."
Boo. Well, all the cliche damn things to say.
I just looked at
Boo.
him like, really?
As soon as it left my mouth, I knew
Boo?
I would never live it down.
Boo? Really?
So, yeah. So, and this has been years. And
that was the same night you said that you saw something happening with Ursula in the back.
Yeah, that was kind of a strange night because it wasn't that far before that. I was looking in the rearview mirror. She was sitting in the middle. And not many of anybody really knows. I think just three of us knew about that. I don't even know if the rest of the group knows about it. Anyways, I'm looking in the mirror, and I noticed something different about her sitting in the back. It was her. I could see her, but it, like a second image almost was around her. And she was being really quiet at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, unnaturally quiet for her. She wasn't a big talker, but she was very sociable. I mean, and
particularly when it was like just the three of us. You know.
Right. So I'm noticing something different in my mirror, and so I'd look back, and it would be her, and I'd drive a minute or two more. I'd look in the mirror, and it looked like a second person was sitting with her, like not really sitting with her, but like over her. Like I could see somebody through her. Like her features were changing. Like it looked like her, but it didn't. And then I looked back, and she was normal. So as I don't know if I asked her the same night or I mentioned it a couple days later or whatever, but she said that she felt like something was trying to take over her, and she was doing everything she can, and that's why she was quiet to keep from anything entering into her, is the way she put it.
Yeah.
So is that somebody you need to take care of?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a pretty intense moment.
I've got to leave for a moment.
Lee's gonna take off for a minute. A couple weeks ago, I shot a video at work and got an EVP asking, "What are you doing here?" Wow, that's pretty neat, Will. I hope you'll forgive me if I ever say Will, but that's was it a work related video, or were you trying to like just have a little bit of fun, or what's the background of that?
Oh, okay.
Was it a doppelganger?
A doppelganger.
I'm talking about Ursula. Not Ursula herself, but was taking over. No, I don't believe she said that. I think she was believing that was spirit trying to enter her.
That I believe that's the way she put it. Yeah,
that something was trying to take over her, and she was doing what she could to stop that from happening.
Same one that whispered "boo" in your ear.
You know, it's possible. I don't know. It's pretty weird, the timing of it all. And she said to us later, off and on, when we bring it up, because he likes to bring up the whole boo part. She said that she wished she would have told us what was going on, but this was back when we were a pretty new group. So she knew us, but she hadn't known us as well as she did, right?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no, I'd have to say without being able to ask her personally, no, it wasn't a doppelganger. I'd say it was just spirit trying to enter her from us leaving the cemetery. We were inexperienced new group. Hers was inexperienced, but we definitely were, and unfortunately, she was doing a lot to fight that off, and she didn't know us well enough to point that out. Right, Laurie. That's what we believe was going on. I think I remember her saying that. I asked him about what type of video he was doing, and he's saying that he was doing security, was doing a check of the building, and heard footsteps. So, being an investigator, it was just natural to document it.
Oh, it's at the courthouse?
No, this is the gentleman in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Talking about how he got an EVP on his video.
Okay.
See what happens when you step away from the video? You lose everything. Yeah. Do you have a group there, William? Or are you investigating on your own? As we sit here, look at the screen like he's going to answer us within a half second. That's how you know when we're getting into the video that we're expecting an immediate reply. So that was probably one of the more interesting nights. Now, I remember Ursula's interview.
Okay, refresh my memory.
We were down in the basement of our local library. That's where we first were meeting.
Okay. Yeah.
And Ursula came. Angel brought her to do our interview, like we were explaining earlier in the video, and it went well, obviously. And we all went home, and me personally, I was experiencing a headache. I believe I asked you, and you said you had one.
Yeah.
And then Angel called me so we could talk about it. And some reason she said that she had to get off the phone because she had a headache. And we're like, wait a second, this is too much coincidence. Everybody's got a headache. And Ursula said that she was, later we talked about it, and she said that she was what she loved to call pinging us to try and get our emotions, try and get reads on us, see if we're a good group of people to be around. And so through pinging us, her word, she probed too far and gave us all headaches. Literally, everybody that night that was in that interview had headaches. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a bad headache too, darn it.
Now, the one that got me with Ursula was when we were investigating a former member's home in another town. She couldn't make that investigation. We're going through the house, setting up our equipment and setting up our cameras. And she's sending us text messages. And she is describing what she is seeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she was looking through the cameras. She seemed to know exactly where every camera we had was set up in the building. It was to the point where I'm thinking, oh, she's got to be messing with us. She ended up showing up, and I actually went outside and stood on the porch looking around for her, thinking she's out here someplace watching us and just messing with us right now.
Right. It was quite the experience. William says that he is part of a group called Dead Creek Paranormal.
Dead Creek Paranormal.
DCP. DDP. Diamond Dallas Page is in the house. Anyways. I'll check that out later up here on Facebook.
And that's the bottom line. Yeah, that's a different guy.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it was quite the experience. She was a unique individual, to say the least. That's even putting it mildly. But that being said, I'm trying to think of other situations. Now, our local mall, we're able to say that now. Oh, I bet you that would probably be our most unique EVP.
Gunshot.
Yeah, from the mall. See, you gotta forgive us. We're kind of older now, so it takes a while for our mind to work through all the years of trying to figure out. But yeah, that's probably about our most unique EVP.
If you want to call this a mall.
It was a mall at the time. It's converted to a strip mall now. But part of the history of this land, it has a long history of bad stuff. But we'll cut from all that to just what would probably be pertinent to this situation. I feel like I use that $5 word.
Pertinent.
I was able to say that, but I can't.
Let me go get my dictionary.
I can't say whatever that was.
Pertinent.
A borrow. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the story at hand. So it used to be farmland, and my understanding, thanks a lot to Angel, she researched it up at our local library, that the owner of this farm would get so drunk that he would beat his field help. And so he would pay them to knock him out once he got to a certain point of drinking and put him in bed and make sure he was safe and such. So, you want to keep telling the story, or you want to tell it?
We want to go from there to the refinery?
Possibly.
That was on the ground?
Yeah, we probably can. But let's do the EVP, though.
Okay. What was it? Right, we were like down in front of where the Kmart was, right?
Right. So we investigated
Yeah.
the night.
Well, we're doing the recordings, and nobody heard this until later when we played the EVP back.
Well, we were done for the night at that point.
Well, yeah. But we didn't hear it when it actually happened.
Right.
It was on the recorder.
We try to leave one recorder playing until we're physically out of the building and gone. Not all the equipment, just one.
And this was very clear. It sounded like it was either a pump action or a lever action gun being worked, and then a loud gunshot. Pow!
Now, mind you, we were all standing in one spot. The building was completely empty. And we were just chatting, finishing up the night from the night investigating.
All you heard was boom.
And so we didn't hear it. There was everybody in the building was there at that spot. So it wasn't like a door closing somewhere. Now, I played that recording to a few people that I know are hunters, older hunters, like probably 50s, 60s, and they all say that was a shotgun. I don't tell them the premise of it, what's going on before that. I let them just tell me what
that's pretty much what I thought it sounded like a pump action 12 gauge.
So that was probably the most pertinent EVP. And so he's talking about the same property a few years later became part of our local refinery. And go ahead.
Well, I don't think it was actually part of the refinery that we have now. It was a smaller operation, if I recall right. And at the time that this place was in operation, there were no child labor laws. And there was an orphanage.
It could be residual.
In the general area. And from what we were told, they were bringing kids from the orphanage down to this refinery to work.
Right.
And I guess there was an explosion.
There was a fire.
Yeah, a fire.
At least a fire. I don't know. So.
And I don't know, I guess a lot of them got killed.
So
they're on the site.
Yeah, the place had tanks, right?
Yeah.
And office buildings and such. And so the kids were definitely there. Some stories, my understanding is they're not sure how the kids died, if they died in the building, or there's some talk that they might have died by the fire trucks hitting them.
I've heard that, yeah.
So not sure that's just
by the fire truck, yeah.
So either way, not a good story. Lori, yeah, I'm sure Joel talked to you about that. That wouldn't surprise me if he told you about that, which he should. You've been following us for so long, you're entitled to hear our stuff. I mean, she's been following us for years. So we still hear, while we were up there, we'd hear kids talking about things. We'd hear kids on their spirit box and our EVPs and such. Young kids. Was there more you want to say about it?
Pretty much.
Heather was with us a few times on that. Many years.
I know the ground that's up there now, the building is slowly sinking into the ground.
Speaking of that, I still like to go up there and play around. You'll see videos. I'm not sure about Facebook. I'm pretty sure Facebook, but if not Facebook, on YouTube. Wharton, www.youtube.com/Warren Area Society of Paranormal, for those that are not on YouTube. So anyways, where I like to still go and you'll see the title say the world's most haunted parking lot or something like that. And that's actually, we get activity in the back parking lot still. It's generally two younger girls and a male voice that comes through. Right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't actually been up there with you when you were doing that, so I couldn't say.
We do use toys and trigger objects. We have a bear called Boo Buddy. And this little teddy bear that has EMF detector, temperature detector. It says like 10 phrases. And we do use that for kind of what we do is we set that up on its own with a tape recorder and try to do video when we have the cameras and let it just kind of do its own thing and then just review the stuff afterwards.
Yeah, we have been doing investigations where there were supposedly spirits of children present. Well, we would take little things with us, like little Hot Wheel cars, balls, dolls.
Right. Yep.
And set them around trying to get the spirits to interact with the objects. Here, push the ball around, make the ball roll for us.
So yeah, we've used them, and the Boo Buddy's pretty cool because we kind of treat it for like it's its own little investigator, which frees us up from doing that. And we've gotten a few little odds and ends, but I'll be honest with you, it's a neat toy, but we haven't gotten enough to say that
it's a reliable piece of equipment.
Right. So, but
Guernsey was another place where we would take toys.
There is a lot of stories about Guernsey Hollow in Frewsburg, New York. Feel free to Google it. There's all kinds of stories about it. Young kids being up there, and yeah, we would bring like you brought quite a few cars there for them.
Yeah, toy cars, and I believe we left it all there too.
Oh yeah, there was no reason to take them back. I mean, what, $5 worth of toys? Yeah. If they could get a use out of it, then so be it. It's totally different atmosphere up there from the day and night.
Yeah, the cops don't like it when you're up there at nighttime either.
No, we don't condone trespassing. Right?
Okay.
But we are getting ready to hit that 2-hour mark. You got anything more you'd like to converse about?
If there's any other questions,
yeah, we'll take a couple more questions if you want to throw some on. Anything paranormal related, any advice that you want. If you still happen to be here, thank you. Awesome. I seen we had a pretty steady stream of people the whole time. I'm sure he does. I definitely appreciate you being here, and give yourself a pat on the back. And that's not sarcasm.
No. No, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, because without you guys, sure, we'd be able to do things around here, but this guy likes to brag, so.
Hey, I've signed autographs. I am a celebrity.
Speaking of which, in the chat, now you guys know, because I put me, Matt, and some of the other Canadian guys that send this stuff are in a Facebook chat. And they were asking, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And I say, well, you know, what I'm willing to say is he signed autographs, which you did, right?
Yes, I have.
You've been recognized out in public. I said you've been recognized for being. So you've been.
Hey, I know you.
And I can't remember the other thing that I said you did, but I did not fib. He's done all that stuff.
I'm a celebrity.
And Matt did Matt said it was you. And but in honesty though, I fooled you a little bit. You weren't 100% sure. Never trespass. I feel it makes you more legitimate team. Yeah. you're right. It does. I won't say that we didn't bend the rule a little bit. Mostly a cemetery or two,
Generally, like in regards to like Guernsey Hollow, the only time they really have an issue with it is when it gets around Halloween time.
Right, a lot of kids go up there and party, and because it's really out in the woods in the middle of nowhere.
It is, yeah.
So it's definitely a party spot, but it seems to be more around Halloween that they get a lot more vandals and
yeah, I think that's the issue. We had one incident up there with the police, and all the times that we'd been up there, and that was just like a week before Halloween.
Right.
And they just came out of nowhere.
Oh, they were there quick. Matt, yeah. I hear you, Matt. Screed you. Heather says, happy to see you on here, Lee. Love you, Unky.
Love you, Joe. Glad you tuned in tonight.
We need to get her back on. So, yeah, those are some of the topics that are some of the places off the top of my head. Same as yours. We'll definitely check out your channel there, William, your YouTube page. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Anything you want to say? Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Thank you, guys.
Where's my cigar? I need my cigar.
I really appreciate you guys tuning out. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you for being here tonight.
Speaking of shows and all that, it's bi-weekly. Starts at 7:35 on Saturday nights. Next week's guest, believe it or not, I don't have the name in front of me. I just contacted them today. They agreed to be on the show, and
did you get a contract?
No contract, so
No contract.
They can back out. It's another Canadian team.
Huh?
Yeah, Ontario. I'm gonna say it, though I don't feel it's right. Ontario Paranormal Society. I don't think it's Paranormal Society, but they do.
Well,
so
it's not Rush.
No, it's not Rush.
Yeah.
So make sure you come in next Saturday, 2 weeks, 7:30 Central.
I like Rush.
Not Central. 7:35 Eastern Standard Time,
Eastern
Standard. Not Central. I seen Texas, and it made me kind of. If you'll be so kind, go to the Facebook page and click like. I imagine you already are. A lot of people on Facebook here. If you're finding value of this, jump over to YouTube, click like for me there, and subscribe. We need the subscriber count on that. That would help out tremendously. That's www.youtube.com.
Hit the thumbs up.
/ I wasn't done. You're the one that picked. No, Jason picked a long name. Warren Area Sighting Paranormal. We wanted WAHA. Warren Area Haunting Association.
You wanted WAHA.
Don't give me that. You wanted it too.
Yeah.
We would walk around saying, who you going to call? WAHA.
Whose idea was it to come up with a real name?
Jason's. Everybody else's but ours.
Mm-hmm.
They said WAHA didn't sound professional.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, Heather, you were right. Thank you, Matt. He's saying you should be on his show next time. Thanks, William. He says I'm awesome. He says you're okay. You can't read, so. Thanks, William.
You guys.
No.
You guys.
You're not reading it right. Thanks, guys. You have a wonderful night. And we will see you next time if I can find my ending thing somewhere on here. Here you go.